meeting my child's father, and we had Carabelle, and she was the best thing that ever happened to me. So at that point, I knew I wanted to turn my life around, and I knew I wanted something different.
Go on, jump! Yeah!
I just woke up in the midst of a fire, and so I panicked and jumped out a window, and my brother comes around the house and he says, where's Carabelle? And my heart just drops. And so I run. All I remember is running and putting my hand on the door. And then 3 days later, I wake up in the hospital, and I had tubes down my throat, so I couldn't speak, but I kind of rocked my arms, like, where's my baby, and the nurse was just like, you don't remember? Your baby died in that fire, and she just walked off. And I just felt like pure pain, just like complete disbelief, shock of what was happening. It felt like a bad dream, like I just wanted to wake up. And when I realized that I wasn't going to wake up, 2 weeks later, I was released from the hospital, and I went straight back to my addiction, but worse, just doing all the wrong things, and I just felt like constant pain, and I didn't know how to do anything about it, That's where I found God. Like, that's where God spoke to me at, is when I was in jail, and he just came through in different ways. I kept meeting people. They would be my cellmates, and they would encourage me to read the Bible. There's something in there for you. And I was really hard-headed at first, because I was so hurt by my daughter passing away. So it was like, I don't want to have anything to do with it. But eventually my heart was softened. Okay, well, the hardest part for me was being in jail. I was charged with child neglect. And the hardest part was being in jail after, on top of losing a child, being blamed or accused. That was enough to break me. I just didn't understand. That was really bad for me, really bad for my mental. And I was in and out of suicide watch a lot while I was in there. And I would be in suicide watch weeks on end sometimes, but eventually coming back into general population, I started attending women in transition classes, and that's where I met Rhonda. And I told her my story, and I felt like my voice was finally heard, like a prayer had been answered. And so I started applying to the programs. I didn't have a lawyer or anything, so I was just like, I just better take a program. I've already been sitting in here a year. And so I opted for a program, and none of the programs would take me because of my violent charge. And so I started to feel hopeless again, like they're not going to let me out, they're going to make me go to prison. And I was facing 20 years, and I would have to do 85% of that time for something I felt like I did not do. I know I didn't do. And eventually I was hooked up with a program through Rhonda called Just the Beginning, and it's Christ-centered organization that helps women pretty much restart their life. Okay, well, it has definitely been to get here, it has definitely been a team effort from the community. I would say Rhonda Bear for hearing my story and actually listening and going out of her way to help me. You know, she didn't know who I was. She knew nothing about me. She just heard my story and she was like, I'm not gonna let anything happen to you, you know. And
how did you meet Rhonda? What was your first time you ever saw Rhonda? The interaction, how did you
well, the first time I saw Rhonda, I was in a women in transition class that that she was having every Wednesday at the jail, and so it's what I looked forward to go to every week. And the first thing she taught was boundaries, and so boundaries is like a big thing with me. But she was teaching a boundaries class, and we were just sitting around beforehand, just talking, and she seemed nice. I didn't know anything about Rhonda Bear. I didn't know her background, and she didn't wear it like that. And I was just like, oh, this lady, she doesn't understand. But then when she started to tell me her story and things like that, I was like, she's just like me, you know, she gets it, you know, she's been there. And so that was kind of my first impression of Miss Rhonda. Yeah. Yes, she is. I love her. Right. So I would definitely say the driving force behind it all is Carabelle. Cooking has been therapy to me, and it has gotten me through a lot in dark times. And being a part of She Brews and them allowing me and helping me with my entrepreneurship, or however you want to say it, that it means the world to me. It means somebody else believes in what I believe in, and they support my mission. They want to see me succeed, and they want to help me live a legacy for my daughter. So that means more than anything to me.
This is for Carabelle.
Yeah. Okay. I'm definitely thankful for Rhonda Bear, for hearing my story, hearing my cry, hearing my family's cry. Thankful for my family, because they advocated through me. They supported me through all this, through the 10 months of incarceration, through my addiction before that, through the grief, the pain. My family always stood behind me. Very thankful to God. So thankful that He chose me, even though at times I say, why me? He tells me, why not you? Grateful to be where I am today. Grateful for growth. Thank you. Thank you.
Did it. For the second time.
Yay!